3, 2, 1. All right, and we're back. So Eugene, how you been?
Man, I'm chilling, bro. Living life, blessed, smiling.
That's what life is all about, man. It's having fun and enjoying.
Smile through all the bullshit.
Yeah, man. You know, not every day is gonna be good. Not every day is gonna be bad.
Yeah.
But it's all about managing your life so you can have more good than bad.
Yeah, man. I think also it's just a balance thing too. Like, you just gotta face that. No matter what, not everything is going to go accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
So you just got to make the best of what you have. Or if not, if you have less, maximize on it, man. So it's a lot of beauty in making something out of nothing. So, man, that's kind of on the quest that we're on right now. So
yeah. So I was telling you earlier before we recorded, and I had actually talked about it in the last one that I recorded, that I hadn't been doing anything for like 3 weeks because I've been coaching. In that period of time when I recorded the one before I stopped recording, I transitioned from one platform to another.
Okay.
So I can see stats for the podcast and get me, and that way I can be more engaged with the people that listen.
Exactly.
So I know the geography of where it's coming from and things like that. And it was unfortunate because your episode was one of the most viewed on Instagram.
Really?
From your end?
Yeah.
It was like 500 plus or something views. And then on my end, it was just a lot of people like, oh my God, it's Eugene. Like, I can't believe how's he been? Tell him I said, what's up? Things like that.
For sure.
But when it comes to like downloads, I didn't really get a really good number on it.
Okay.
And any podcast that happened before February 9th, I don't have 100% accurate numbers for when they come on.
Okay.
So now that I've switched over from one platform to another, now I see the downloads per episode.
Okay.
So I saw that on yours. I have a lot of episodes outside of the state of California. So do you know a lot of people that are outside of the state of California?
Well, I mean, like from when I went to school, when I was in college, like I knew a lot of like students that were coming in from all over, you know what I'm saying? Especially like Sweden and like Africa and places like that. And then like some of them stayed, got their education, got a job, and were able to stay and establish through life. Some of them, it was like too much, you know what I'm saying? They went back home. So like it's always like I'm always, me, I'm always able to like connect with people from wherever they come from. So it's like I keep in touch with a few friends that are from all over, like a couple of people in England, you know what I'm saying? Sweden, where else? Spain, you know what I'm saying? Just all over. And those are places I want to actually go to, you know what I'm saying? Just check it out. I always travel and just kind of like see life from a different perspective, you know what I'm saying? So that was great, man. As of late, I've been wanting to hit Japan. You know what I'm saying? It's so rich in culture.
So what's funny is that I talk with a lot of friends, right, when we talk about the podcast, and it's just like, man, like I have all these downloads in such and such place and such place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I got 3 in Japan. Like right when I transitioned over, I had 3 in Japan. I'm like, I don't know anybody in Japan.
I don't think I know anybody either. I think when you told me that, I was just like, what?
Yeah, I was like, Japan, and then recently there's been some downloads in the UK.
Oh, cool.
Ohio's a big one. Maryland's a big one now. We got some in Arizona.
Okay.
So it's getting a little bit bigger. Obviously, when I had PJ on, he was talking about trying to get a big scene for music-wise for this city.
Exactly.
And for this area. Yeah. And that's kind of where I want to see my numbers grow. Like, the numbers are way bigger here than there are anywhere else.
Of course.
But I want to see them grow even bigger. You get me? Yeah. So it's cool to have outside of the States, and I gave a shout out to all those people that were out there. Yeah. I told them, obviously, I don't know who you guys are in person. So just like send me a DM, follow me on Instagram.
Hey, keep watching. Big things happening.
Yeah. So it was just like trying to connect. You get me? So,
definitely. And like, man, when I posted the last podcast we did, a bunch of my friends were like, man, this is dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people were saying that I was like well spoken. Yeah. And I was like,
that's not Eugene. That's the hidden. That's the hidden one.
That's one of my hidden talents, people. Yeah. But it was fun, man. I got a lot of good feedback. Like I said, like my whole goal and premise of doing this and coming on here, and speaking is, obviously to like, kind of like get my face out there, and also like represent your podcast, which is doing a lot of great things and positive things, and it's also representing the community from which we both come from. But also like I want to be able to like just touch friends that I probably don't really talk to on an everyday basis if they want to come and check out my podcast or check out what I want to say. I've never had any one-on-one time with anybody, you know what I'm saying? This is probably like the perfect platform that they can kind of get to know me and kind of see what I'm about, and hopefully like I think we could all draw inspiration from each other. You know what I'm saying? I draw inspiration from what I see like every single day from people. You know what I'm saying? Their situations, different life situations, different mentalities. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, same thing with me. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to share and bring something to the table. And I feel like if in humanity, if we all have that mindset that we all have something valuable to bring to the table, man, we can all get along. We could all be unified.
Well, that's kind of why I told you before when I approached you. When I first approached you, I said, hey, look, this is the whole point that I'm doing it. You're going to connect me to a lot of people that I would have never connected to.
Right.
And I'm going to connect you and create a platform for you to come on and A, express yourself, and then B, promote whatever you're doing. You get me? It's like the coaching and stuff, work, painting. We had talked about it. You get me? Your individual work. So that was the whole point for this. So with the response that everybody that we're getting, it's like, man, like it's fun to record. It's a pain to have to do the editing and do all this behind closed door stuff. But it's fun to have people on here, and it's fun to.
It's the fruit of the labor, you know what I'm saying? So
it's fun to communicate with people, and people are just like, man, I haven't seen Eugene in forever. I wonder how he is, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You get me? And then, like you said, it's an opportunity for people to see you who maybe normally see you every day, but don't get to know you
in depth.
Yeah,
definitely.
So that's the whole point for this, man.
Definitely, bro. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, a lot has happened since we last spoke. I recently had a really, like, solid, like probably one of them. It was a tough conversation, but it needed to happen for me to switch gears, mentally and to continue on this path and to continue to stay focused on the goal. Because it's LA, man. Like it's funny, like All-Star Weekend just passed, and like I'm hearing about all these things going on. There's a party here, there's a show here, there's this, that, and it's a lot of distractions, man. Like a lot of distractions out here in LA, and it's so easy to like you can have a dream and you can have a goal, and you could slowly divert and go different places and like lose track and lose focus, man. And a lot of that like just came into full circle with this friend that I had. He's my partner in the gym, Warrior Fitness. He's my partner, and he just sat me down and he was like, yeah, man, like, I see you're capable of so much more, but you're distracted by the outside things. You know what I mean? And we had that tough talk, and he was like, yeah, man, you have a window to do something really extraordinary, and you're not using your full potential because you're out here just dicking around. You know what I'm saying? But
see, when we were talking off camera and you said that, it's, for me personally, I see that you can't, it's not about being perfect, right? Everyone says it's not about being perfect. Of course not. Yeah. But it's also like, what do you expect being young?
Not only, that is true. But the thing about it is like, me and him are business partners, right? So if I'm not 100% invested in what we're doing, then we're going to fail. And not only that, but it adds more to his load. And he already has a lot of things going on. So that's not fair to him. You know what I'm saying? So part of it came from him, yes, looking out for me. But the other part is, hey, bro, we're business partners, man. I'm getting, I'm grinding too, and I need help. And I'm being selfish and, being selfish and making a lot of dumb mistakes that, you know what I'm saying? And of course I made mistakes and I learned from them, but it was just so refreshing to have a real friend, and like also just like knowing and having a definition of what a friend is. I think it's safe to say we use the term friend very loosely in our culture.
The same way we use the word love.
Yeah,
it's exactly the same way.
So loosely. Like you're like, oh, we've had probably a couple of conversations. Oh, that's my friend right there. I'm like, nah, man, we don't know each other. There's never been an instance where I've had to prove my friendship to you or vice versa. So why are we using that type? So like that moment right there just solidified that dude is like my friend. And for those of you watching, man, if you ain't got people in your life willing to call you out on your bullshit, then you don't really have friends at all. You know what I'm saying? You got to have people willing to have those uncomfortable conversations to not only, it may not feel good at first, but trust me, when you meditate on it and you let it sit and you let it marinate for a little bit, you'll know that probably that's one of the best conversations you ever had, and that person is going out of their way to make things, to ruffle the feathers a little bit, to kind of
get you back on track.
Exactly.
I mean, I understand that 100%. See, the thing about the word friend is necessarily that it's just to describe somebody that you know, because it's kind of weird. Like, for example, if we know somebody but we don't know them really well, we're like, that's an acquaintance. Yeah, it kind of sounds wrong.
It kind of does. Like, that's like, maybe, I don't know. When I hear that, it's like a business word, like
acquaintance.
That's an acquaintance.
I just know that person. That's kind of like, it's not as friendly.
Yeah.
You get me? But I understand 100% where you're coming from. We have friends like that. The way that I described it before was, I have friends, but I have a small circle of real friends,
like real close ones, like your day ones. You know what I'm saying?
Like ones that you'll tell almost everything to. You get me? Not everything is meant for everybody.
Exactly, and that's something I gotta still learn. I'm still learning to this day. You know what I'm saying? Because it's. I've come to realize that, like you said, you have to have that small circle, and it's okay, man. You don't have to be everybody's everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You don't have to.
You don't.
So not to cut you off, but I have like this small circle of friends, and then when I think about it, these guys are, for example, if they needed, let's say $500, $700, like if they needed money, if they needed kidney, whatever, you get me, it's like something dramatic, that would be without a question. And then you have the outer circle of people that like mentor me, that are older than me or younger than me, that I have connections with, but they're not in the same level as people that are my peers.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in a different circle, and then there's the outer people that I have friendly communications with, and that's the way that I see it. You get me? So when you're talking about, oh, that's a friend, people say that's your friend, but the real question is, what level, what tier are they? Okay. Are they the ones that are in with you in the trenches? Are they the ones that they mentor you, they guide you, or you guide, or you help them? Or are they just people that you can say, hey, what's up? How's it going? And then when you leave, they're kind of like out of your head. You're not thinking
out of sight, out of mind type.
Yeah.
No, definitely. And then, yeah, man, I agree with that. Like 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think more than anything, it's just really like being okay with not having to know anybody. I mean, not having to know anybody, but it's okay if you don't know everybody, or if you can't be everybody's everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was growing up, like, I always prided myself in like, having friends and just being able to know everybody. In high school and in middle school, I was most popular. You know what I'm saying? Because I just talked to everybody.
Because you were friendly. You're just. It's an attraction, like positive attracts positive. All these people wanted to be friends with you because you were the funny guy, you were the cool guy, you were hardworking. Everyone would see it. You get me? So that's the reason why. Yeah,
and it was good, man. And sometimes, like, when I was younger, I would kind of like, allow that to go to my head. But as you get older, it's just like people really show their true colors, and this is not a knock on, whatever happened in the past, but, I think a lot of it has to do, like you said, like just keeping that small circle, and also just like being cordial, what I'm saying? Like, hey, like, we may not even talk, or we may not even like, be in each other's lives every day, but hey, I wish you the best, and we can still coexist in this earth without having some type of animosity or being like, oh, well, you don't talk to me and this, that, and the other, and, just being bitter about it. I think we could all be around each other, respect each other's grind, and acknowledge from afar. And that's it, man. Just wish everybody the best.
Yeah, I think that, it's kind of confusing just because sometimes people want to be your friend because they need something.
Okay.
They need something. So sometimes maybe it's just someone to talk to. Sometimes it's, hey, Eugene, I want to learn martial arts. That's why I'm your friend. You get me? Because you can teach me. And then it's like, but is it free? Like, can I get it for free?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird thing. So when you talk with people, it's just like, okay, you're trying to, when you have a conversation with someone that's not that inner circle, you're just kind of like, let me see where you're coming at me from.
Definitely.
Are you coming at me from like, hey, do you want to hang out on a random Tuesday when I'm free, you're free, we just go like get something to eat or something? Or Like a text message, hey, what's up? How you been? Blah, blah, blah. And then does the conversation keep going? Or is it just like, hey, how you been? Oh, you know what? I'm having this thing. I need you to come at. You get me? Mm-hmm. And it's like that. So the best example I can give you is just like, for example, this. I asked you to come on, and it was like, yo, Eugene, I know you have this, and I benefit from it. But when you came on, I also told you the day you want to come on, you let me know. We'll figure something out.
Definitely, yeah.
You hit me up.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. You get me? So it has to be. Not everyone's in that small circle. Not everyone's on the outside.
Yeah.
You just have to gauge the levels. You get me? And
I think it just comes with age and discernment, just knowing yourself and knowing what you deserve and knowing like what type of energy you want around you. You know what I'm saying? Because like sometimes like one of the cool things my friend told me as well. He was telling me that like, yeah, man, when it comes to this fight shit, like there's only certain types of people I let in my circle. Because it's so easy for people to throw shit and try to distract you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you got a friend that likes to party all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, having that person in your circle can be a nuisance, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's just learning, like you said, just learning what you want. What do you want to surround yourself with?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, look, when it comes to the party thing, at least in my point of view, you can party as much as you want as long as you get the job done. You get me? You can, like, and it's like the John Jones thing. You get me? And it brings it to them.
That's a good example. Bring that up.
It doesn't matter. If you could do coke and you can still beat the shit out of somebody when it's time to fight, you got the job done. You get me? But some people need strict scheduling. Some people can't work with strict scheduling. Some people need guidance. Some people could do it on their own. Some people need to work on teams. Some
people just need that balance probably.
Yeah, and some people are more balanced. So it just depends. If a lot of it is self-reflecting. You get me? And
definitely.
And like you said, it's friends.
Yeah, and a lot of that for me was just more of like, you know, well, for me personally is like, you know, I'm very like I have a really, I guess, obsessive personality. Like if I'm into something, like
you dive full in.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, there's no half and half. You know, the only time where it does bite me in the ass is when like I'm into something and then something else comes along.
And then you fall into that one too, and you have to decide.
Yeah, and I divert. My attention is diverted, and that's what it was with this whole going out thing, man. Like yeah, I was still like training and stuff like that, but I was falling a lot in love with the nightlife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it showed through my work, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, coming to train and being like super tired from the night before because I didn't get enough sleep because I was out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So it's cool, man. I've reached kind of like just like, you know, that talk, having that pivotal moment and having that conversation, you know, kind of just really set me up for success once again. Mm-hmm. And I say that as, you know, for anybody who's struggling with the same thing, you know what I'm saying, or maybe, you know, doesn't know where to go with it, you know, it's all about just like self-awareness and self-reflection. I think just knowing, hey, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, giving yourself, like you said, that balance. As long as you get that job done, you know what I'm saying. And for me, it was just more of like I wanted to play, and not, you know,
not have to work
exactly.
Not practice,
you know what I'm saying?
So I get it, man. Yeah, we all fall for it. Like I said, I admitted on Wednesday when I recorded, I said, look, I have this coaching thing, and originally I didn't want to do it because all I cared about was the podcast.
Right.
And when I stopped recording, I was like, I'll record tomorrow. And then tomorrow came out. I'll record tomorrow. I got another day. I'll record tomorrow. And it just kept going. And then the coaching thing became an excuse, which it was a valid excuse. You get me? I took the team. They needed coaches, and it helped me out, and it was fun, and it was a good experience. But I admitted to myself that it was laziness. I admitted that it was partially late. When I say partially, I mean like 70% laziness.
Okay.
You get me? And I said, okay, you know what? Once this coaching thing is done, if I don't pick it up, I just know that I'm fucking with myself.
Yeah.
You get me? So the day that it stopped was Tuesday. We recorded on Wednesday. You get me? So I told myself that's what I need to follow. Why? Because I said that I cared about this, so let me prove it to myself. Right.
Exactly. So exactly. Key word. You prove it to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
The other thing kind of, and I don't want to get too much into this, but I'll say a little bit of it. I had a conversation with someone, with this kid, that really hit home. And it was something that like happened randomly. Like you'll have people that come into your life and they appreciate you for who you are.
Right.
And you get that a lot because you're in coaching. You get me?
Definitely, man.
So she came up to me and we were talking and she was telling me all these things, like the problems she was having. And I'm like, man, you should not have these problems. You're a kid. You should enjoy life.
Yeah.
And I realized that a lot of it, man, it's like...
I can relate. Yeah.
Peers. It's like these shitty people, man. These shitty people that for either make fun of you, talk shit, put you down, or not there to support you. You get me? And I like my main advice to her was, look, enjoy what you're doing right now. Enjoy that you have one real friend. Because I asked her, I was like, do you have a real friend? She's like, yeah, I have one friend that she's always there with me. That's all you need.
Yep.
You get me? And as you get older, you'll find more people like that, but it won't be like 100 people.
Yeah.
You get me? Because when we went to school, we knew we could know 500 people. You could walk around the campus and be like, oh, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
And you might not know their name.
Yeah.
They know your name, though.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, what's up? Oh, everything's cool, Paul. All right. Now that you graduated, how many people you head up when you want to go out? 2,
man, not
3,
that, man.
4,
Yeah, like not
5?
Not you got those go-tos.
Yeah,
like,
but you're also their go-to.
Yeah.
You get me? So it's like, fuck, me and him don't really connect. Me and her don't connect. Me and him, I wonder what happened. And then you're like, man, was he really my friend? You get me?
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of it is just accepting it. And I told her it's gonna get better.
Yeah, and a lot of it, like, it may not even be like, I'm not saying that, like, if you have, like, if I, like, okay, say I know somebody, right, and we don't talk for some reason or whatever, it's not like when I see them, it's going to be weird and awkward, or it's going to be like I got some type of hidden vendetta, or like.
And it's not. It's just whatever reason.
It's just life, man. Like, we're all going to different paths, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you have those that are going to, obviously be with you along the journey, and then you have those that are just going to watch, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think both it's all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. Like you said, as long as you got that one good friend, man, that's all you need. You hit the jackpot, especially the way the world is. You hit the jackpot. If you can find one loyal person, like, you hit the jackpot, really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And see, the fucked up thing is that, like, I have a lot of people that listen to this, and sometimes, like, I want to do shout outs, like, for some people, and I'm like, fuck, but what if, like, this person, I didn't shout them out? Like, because I care about a lot of people.
Yeah, me too, bro. That's like a gift and a curse.
Yeah, but it's just like, man, like, I'll give you a perfect example, and people are gonna hear this. So I'm having these shirts made, right? We're working on the shirts and the designs and everything, and I'm blasting it out.
They
and
look
like,
cool, by the way. So
I didn't work hard. I had someone else help me out with the logo. He's a very good friend. He was on the podcast, Danny. But just trying to get everything comes out of pocket.
Yeah, of course.
So I was like, man, everybody's been on the podcast. I'm trying to get them a shirt, trying to get friends and family a shirt, trying to get these close people a shirt. And then it's like everybody else is like, oh shit, that shirt is tight. Can I get one? I'm like, fuck, I want to give you a shirt.
Right.
You get me? Like, I don't want to charge anybody for anything. I want to give you a shirt because you're supporting me.
You're right, of course.
But it's just like, fuck, there's not enough money to go around right now. You get me? I gotta be selective with who I can give it to and who I can't. So I don't want those people to say, oh, I didn't get a shirt, you must not like me, but it's not that. You get me? It's just like,
it's money out here that it needs to be.
Like, the more people listen, the bigger this gets, the closer that people are to me than, let's say, someone in Ohio. Unfortunately, you get me? It's just like, I can give you that shirt. You give me, I don't care. Like, for me, when I was saying, we were having this conversation, it's like, man, we should put this shirt maybe up for sale. So many people want it.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I'm not trying to, if I do that, I just want to break even.
Okay.
You get me? I just want to make the money back that I invested in the shirts, because I don't want to rip anybody off. And I also don't feel that, like, it's kind of weird. You get me?
Well, look, I don't think you're necessarily ripping people off, because I feel like you're providing something that could help somebody get through the day. And at the end of the day, something like that is priceless, because that person, you don't know what that person's going through. They may be on the brink of suicide or doing something stupid.
See, that's kind of nerve-wracking when you say that. It's like I fucking told you the other day. It's like, man, dude, like, I wonder who would listen to this. You get me? And you see the downloads. I'm like, fuck, like, people listen to this.
Yeah, exactly. So
and
now
and some people genuinely like it. Some people are just like, yeah, I like it, but they don't really fuck with it. They just tell you how it is. But like I said, to have downloads somewhere that's not in this area, it's like, fuck, like,
That's dope.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, and think about it. Like sometimes that has to happen for your own environment to recognize, damn, like he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you got to blow up outside of where you're from for people to really see the greatness, you know what I'm saying, of what it is that you're doing. And bro, honestly, like what you're doing is such a positive thing, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like I know it's not about the money, you know what I'm saying? But it's like
if I will say this. Okay. Eventually, I hope that it is to the point where this can provide me enough to continue to do this, to continue to help it grow.
Yeah. Or maybe if you could live off of this.
That's
what I'm saying? That'd
be
awesome. You know what I'm saying? Who would want to do that? Oh, well, what do you do for a living? Oh, yeah, I run my own podcast and I'll eat off of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying? That's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, I don't want the misconception to be, he only is doing it for the money. I'm doing it to make money so I can continue to do it more, so I can continue to have people like you and continue to have an up-and-coming artist, or maybe when you become a coach and you find that next fighter, we can give him that push. You get me?
Definitely, bro.
And then have conversations like this so anyone that's younger than us is going through, like you said, something troublesome, you can hear this and say, man, like, like I agree with what they're saying, or I disagree. Maybe they should say like this, and have that conversation. And next time we're on, we'll go ahead and say, hey, look, this is, someone brought up this point, blah, blah, blah. Like the whole point is to just create something to promote, to help, and to just give opinions out and to show people that they're not by themselves.
Yeah, man. I think that's the worst position for you to be in, is to think that you're by yourself, man. Like whatever it is that you're feeling, you know, whether it be sorrow, whether it be happiness, whether it be whatever the emotion may be, there's someone out there that feels the exact same way. You may not be able to word it or put it into, eloquently put it into like verbal, just put it into words, but there's somebody out there that feels exactly what you feel. It's all about just communicating, you know what I'm saying? Just being open, not being afraid to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? I think more than anything.
Yeah. So let me ask you this.
What's up?
So you're because you're a coach and everything, and you have like, you call them clients, but they're also like students. You get me? And you have like a relationship with them.
Yeah. I think it's beyond all that. Like, like sometimes I'll have conversations with my clients and we'll just talk about life, outside of training. Like we'll like check in on, man, how you doing? Just making sure you're all right. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you, this is my question. How do you feel? Because for example, the age group that I coach is obviously 15 and under.
Okay.
You get me? So because it's recreation, basketball and stuff. So how do you feel towards you knowing that you have some like problems that you're going through with, and then people are coming to you asking for solutions to their problems?
Man, story of my life, bro. So this is how I deal with it. I deal with it in like when it comes time for me to deal with somebody, or like not deal with somebody like that, but like talk to somebody and like, they're having an issue or they're coming up to me and they're like, I have this problem, like, what should I do? I have, and it could be a gift and a curse, like I said, but I've always had this I guess desire, to serve and like put somebody else before me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like whatever nonsense I'm going through, like, man, I want to talk to somebody, but I'm willing to put that last to like help you, you know what I'm saying, get through what you need to go through. You know what I'm saying?
But how, for example, when I go through something, I'm like, man, like how can I really help you if I have to deal with my own things first? You get me? So like you're talking about maybe the nightlife is a little too much. Someone might come up to you and say, hey man, you know what? Like I want to keep coming, but like the nightlife is affecting me.
Okay.
Like how do you go about that? Like trying to help them out when you're going through maybe either the same situation. Yeah.
It's just, I mean, like I said, like at the end of the day, what's important? I have, for me, like I'm 26. I just turned 26 like a couple months ago, right? So I have a certain window to make something happen with my fighting career, right? I have a certain window. I can't fight forever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could train, I could coach all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I can't make a name for myself. I only have a set number of time. However, I have that. Parties and all these clubs and all these things. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? All these things, right? They're a dime a dozen. You know, they're like any day, it's LA. Yeah. You can find something to do, to go out every single day. If you really like put your mind to it, you'll find something.
Someone's out there having a blast.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about just weighing in the options, right? I literally had to, for me personally, put these things in a scale, mm-hmm. right? I got my nightlife and I got my fight life, right? I have a certain window, right, to make something happen here, and I can do this literally anytime I want to. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like it's all about what's important and what's gonna make the biggest impact. And it's my fighting life, and that's what you gotta really think about. Like, yeah, they're gonna be there and there's time to celebrate, but at the same time it's like what are you building for those that come after you? Like a
legacy.
Yeah, like what are you building? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I wanna leave something for my kids. You know what I'm saying? I wanna leave something behind for my generation to come. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just thinking about myself. It's about just thinking and about others and how like as long as I always got it together. I mean, obviously I'm gonna have days where, man, I'm gonna have rough days, but I gotta get it together so then that way those that come after me can have something to hold on to and have something to build off of. You know what I'm saying? And then it gets passed on.
See, that's kind of where that's kind of why to me, I say funny just because I can't think of another word, but that's kind of why I guess it's funny in the sense that you're super positive and whenever we have these conversations, you know exactly like, yo, this is the path that I need to take.
Yeah. Like yeah.
And then something like comes and bumps you off. You get me? And for me personally, I would be like, man, Eugene, like you probably work every single day, man. You probably don't miss a training session, blah, blah, blah. And then you come and you're like, man, you know, I hit a bump in the road.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's just me in general. I've always been like this my whole life. I'm like super hard on myself, you know, no matter what. Like, I feel like I should require perfection of myself. That may sound crazy, you know what I'm saying? But like, I think that's just my biggest thing that I need to work on. You know, it's just, I'm really, really hard on myself. You know what I'm saying? But I think with that being said, I think being hard on myself has allowed me to like do things, you know, do certain things and achieve certain things that I've accomplished and to go farther, you know? So I think, you know, like I said, like, you know, not to sound corny or cliche, but just that balance, finding that balance once again.
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about. I mean, what's a party on a Saturday night?
Yeah.
If you work Monday through Friday, what's a party on a Saturday night? Or what's a party on a Friday night? Get back at it, take some rest, and then go back to working out on a Saturday.
Definitely, bro. Yeah.
No one, listen, we're adults. No one babies us. No one tells us what to do. You get me?
You know, whatever decision you make, you gotta, you know, obviously, I mean, you have the freedom to make it. Just know that whatever the consequences may come of that decision, just be ready to deal with it. And I think everything's like, I think that's my thing. Like, you can make any decision you want to make, but as long as you're willing to live with the consequences behind that decision, either good or bad, and willing to deal with it and face it, hey, it's all gravy.
Yeah. So what can you say are some, aside from the nightlife, are there any other pitfalls that you kind of like keep recurring?
Call it falling under?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, there's the one where you're maybe too committed to something. You know, maybe something comes along, you're doing, let's just put it in an example, you're doing jiu-jitsu a lot, and you forget about your striking.
Right.
You get me? So
yeah, exactly. It's funny, man. It's crazy because I do find myself doing that. Like, I'll zone in and I'll focus just on my grappling, on my striking, and then damn, like, what about your wrestling? You know what I'm saying? Or your jiu-jitsu, your submission game. What's up with that? Man, I would say, man, like, honestly, just dating, man. Like,
that's the biggest one?
Not the biggest one, but I would say that's one. You did say one.
Yeah.
You know I would say that, bro. Like, just like, man, just sometimes, man, like, these chicks can be a distraction.
Oh, man.
These chicks, I mean, for me, you know, especially when I started fighting, like, I just know that there's a lot that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? And like, I know, like, you know, a lot more options, like, you know, open up, you know what I'm saying? So it's just about, like I said, like, directing your energy to whoever deserves it, you know, because not everybody deserves that that you're all of you. You know what I'm saying? So that would be one of them. I would say just taking care of my moms, man. Like that could be that could
was a huge one.
That could be that within itself could be, because we have our good days where like she's cool, but then we have the days where like, man, like she gets out of dialysis, like she goes to dialysis Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like 3 a.m. they come pick her up. So there's times where I wake up, make sure she has what she needs, walk her down, and I try to go back to sleep. Mm-hmm. Most of the time I can't go back to sleep because like I'm that type of person. Like once I wake up, I'm up. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to like, so when I break my sleeping cycle, then to try to go back to sleep, it's hard. Then I got to get up, probably train the client, then train, then, you know what I'm saying, continue to train, and then come back home, see if she needs anything, cook, because she can't really do too much, depending on how she feels from the dialysis. There's times when she's in bed all day, and I got to do everything. I got to make sure the house is clean. I got to make sure there's food. I got to go to the store, buy stuff, clean up.
Yeah, take care of the responsibility.
Exactly, man. So I would say that, man. That's the biggest, but
see, that's something that no one can blame you for that. No one can blame you for sacrificing everything in life to help her out.
Of course, Mac. Yeah.
So that I wouldn't say it would be a pitfall. Mm. That I would just say that, hey, you know what, man? It is what it is. You just have to.
These are just the cards I'm dealt, man, and I just gotta find a way to win. You know what I'm saying? Continue to win. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. Like I think out of anything, like it's taught me a lot, and I think definitely just like being a man, I think it's just made me more of a man at such a young age, because even that title, like, oh yeah, I don't know, for me.
It's weird to say it, huh?
Like I feel like it's like, I don't know, it's like when people say like I'm a man, like I'm a grown ass man, like that kind of rings a certain, like it hits home to me.
Yeah, it's weird to say it because you've taken on responsibilities that you normally wouldn't have taken on maybe so early. Yeah. So you've had to mature a lot faster than most. Yeah. Or maybe than you wish you would.
Enjoy
and that's kind of the thing that I told her. I was like, just enjoy it. Enjoy being a kid. Enjoy the love that you get from your family. Enjoy the love you get from your friends that care about you.
Definitely.
That's all it is. You get me?
Yeah, bro. And at the end of the day, it's like, that's another term I don't really like use loosely, is like the word man. Like, like one of my mentors from back in the day, he told me, he was like, you can't call yourself a man if you don't have any type of responsibility.
Yeah, something that you have to that holds you accountable.
Exactly. Like you can't call yourself a man if you don't have any responsibility. It's just like, it is what it is. Whether it be working, making sure you're working, helping out around the house, helping out your parents, whatever that may be, man. If you have some type of responsibility, you know what I'm saying, and hey, more power to you. You know,
I 100% understand, man. That's the biggest thing, is just kind of where the culture that we come from, the society that we come from, a lot of it, and you talk to a lot of people, man, and a lot of it is, I just want to get back to my parents. I just want to give back to them because they sacrifice so much.
Yeah, and I think that's dope. I think it's dope to have that type of mentality and to want to give your parents everything, But then there's a double-edged sword to that. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to, but then you have, like, it's funny. I was watching this other podcast with I think it was with Gilbert Arenas, right? And he was just talking about like. Actually, not. It wasn't a podcast. It was on Out of Bounds or something
Out of Bounds on. I think it's
Complex.
Complex.
It's dope. I watch it like every single, like, I don't know. It's funny.
How do you feel about them getting rid of Mia Khalifa?
I mean, can I be honest, bro?
Fuck yeah,
bro. I don't think she knows what the. I don't know. She
doesn't listen. I'll say it for she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about
most of the time. But there's times where. And there's times where she's on point, because I feel like she's a fan of a certain like she's a huge Washington Wizards fan, and she's a huge FSU fan, I think, or something. So when it comes to them, like, she knows exactly like what it's all about, what they're talking about. But yeah, bro, keep it 100. She doesn't really know shit.
A broken clock is right twice a day. Yeah. So, I mean, I can tell you. Oh shit! I think Chris Cyborg's gonna win.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It doesn't take a genius.
But go into detail. Why do you think she's gonna win?
Because she's fucking bigger, faster, stronger. You get me? It's just, I can predict that. I think,
and this is not a knock to
it's not a knock to her.
It's not a knock to ladies in general. Like, I feel like women. I think some of the best sportscasters in the world are women. You know what I'm saying?
But she was there because she was hot.
Yeah, I think that's why. I think
not hot.
I think that's why they. I think that's why they put her there. And plus, like, her background and her past.
She's not a Rachel Nichols. She's not a Karen Bryant. She's not these reporters who have earned their credentials. Yeah. Who have went to college for that. Yeah. Who have been sideline reporters. Who have been news anchors. She's not that. She was just. I'm fucking hot. Gilbert Arenas, and that's it. What it is. So why do you think she's not back? Because of that.
Yeah, I think so too. And plus, like, like, I feel like the way that the show is, like, I feel like it's great. If they can kind of get, it would be dope to have like a female presence in there. Like maybe they can probably, like, at some point maybe get one of these, like, these reporters, like maybe like who would be perfect for that show?
Listen, like. See, on that one, there's a lot of F-bombs. There's cursing involved. So when it comes to when we're thinking about someone who would be perfect, it would be someone who doesn't come from that typical corporate side. It would have to be like someone that doesn't give a shit. Yeah.
But who can talk sports though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so that's why when I think about it, and like you said, it's not a knock to women. It's just like I can't think of anybody that could be in that position that has the credentials, maybe an athlete. You can say someone like a WNBA player.
Yeah,
give me a whoever it is.
You know who would have been perfect? Sports. You know who would have been perfect? Maybe, but she's just an MMA person though. Like Ronda Rousey, she would be perfect for that.
Yeah, but what we're saying is someone who has an insight on that and can talk about it. Because what we're talking about is someone who went into a show that doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah, probably didn't even play sports. Maybe didn't even play sports.
But then again, who the fuck am I to talk? I have this. So you get me? So it's like at the same time, it's like, all right, you're hypocrite. But I will say this. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, so you don't take me seriously. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's just like, when it comes to that has a big budget, you don't deserve to be there. Yeah. You deserve to be here next to me. You get me? That's the reality of it.
Word. No, it was definitely like, I stopped watching it for a minute, and then like I came back, man, she was gone. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes the bullshit that'll come out of her mouth, I'm just like, girl, like, what are you talking about?
Dude, and listen, I see male reporters all the time. Like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, like if you don't, like, I don't know, man. Like, you just gotta know. You got to be a pro at whatever it is that you want to accomplish, like whatever field of work you're in. Like, man, be the best you can possibly be and know what the hell you're talking about. People look up to you, man. Like they like, you're like, it's crazy. Like when you start being on, like when you become part of a platform, like it's like, man, like you get judged really easily. You Definitely. Get me? And that's, you got to be on your A game.
Yeah, that's like super important. That you have to understand that whenever you put something out there on the internet or wherever it is, you're throwing it out there, and it's up for criticism.
Yeah, it's fair game. Any you know what I'm saying?
Whether it's like, for example, whether it's cadence, whether it's the way that you speak, whether it's the way that you stutter, whether it's your opinions on a certain fight, whether it's an opinions on a certain player, whether it's point of views on politics, whatever it is, everything once it goes online is up for criticism.
Yeah, definitely. You get me? And it stays there too, forever.
Whether it's Instagram, you take a picture and someone says something negative, whether it's Snapchat, you post a video, whether it's a sitcom on NBC or ABC, or whether it's a YouTube video, everything will eventually get criticized.
It is crazy because, like, people get caught off guard, like, especially celebrities, like, they get caught off guard. I'm like, damn, like, they got caught. You know what I really, really hate, bro? Mm-hmm. This shit is annoying. Like, when people are just record people randomly without their permission, I'm like,
man, dude. But then again, you're on the side and you see a fight. Oh shit, there's a fight that recorded one star.
Okay, personally, let me keep it 100. I've never done that before because I just think that shit is like retarded, like stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know, dog. Like, it's funny.
You telling me you haven't done that before?
Never. I never. So, hold on, bro. I'm keeping it 100. Like, I've never like my first thought in my head is not to pull out my phone and record. It just drives me crazy how that's people's first thought whenever something happens, or like somebody's getting beat up or somebody's getting jumped. Their first thought is to, I'm gonna go grab my phone and I'm gonna record this shit, or not to help.
But you're a bystander. What if like you're gonna get your ass beat? Not everybody's Eugene, bro. You have to understand that. Not everybody's Eugene. Some people are gonna get choked out.
Yeah, maybe that's true. You gotta look out for yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm just that way where I'm just like, if I see somebody getting like mopped and by multiple people, I'm like, I need to.
If it's multiple people, that's a different story.
I need to hop in, or at least like if it's one-on-one and it's like a misunderstanding. Like for example, like I got like sometimes there'll be friends in a circle that have differences and they start to get physical.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, man, I was playing basketball, and
with the hoodlums.
Yeah, with the hoodlums. I like that.
I know who they are, bro. I know who they are.
And so like we were just chilling, and then like we went to this new. I mean, it's not new, but it's like definitely somewhere new where we ball at. And like I don't know, one of the dudes on the other team was just mouthing off, just talking shit, just mouthing off. And then my friend was like, all right, to my friend, and then my friend was all right, cool, grab the ball, and I'm gonna stick you the whole game, and you're not gonna do nothing. I promise you that. Our egos get in. You know what I'm saying?
Just.
So then the dude was driving, and I happened to be in the way, and I was trying to get out of the way because like from the way he was driving, it looked like
hard.
That too, but also as it looked like I was setting a screen, and I wasn't trying to set a screen. He was trying to use me as a screen to get past my friend. So then my friend was like, "No, I don't know. You're not about to use my teammate as a screen." So he grabbed him. And he held him. He's like, all right, cool, foul, check the ball up. So then the dude was like, all right, well, he kept on wanting to drive. And I'm like, hey, dude, obviously I'm fouling you hard. So then the dude was like, he turns and he like sucker punches my friend. And then like that's when all hell breaks loose.
Oh, fuck that.
Like, all hell breaks loose, and I'm like first off, the dude that sucker punched him deserved to get his ass whooped. Yeah. Because you know what I'm saying, like you don't do that. You don't sucker punch like anybody. You know what I'm saying? And
at least tell him put your dukes up.
Not only that, but this dude sucker punched him.
He ran.
Yes.
I knew it. I knew it. He went. Boom. Oh shit.
And then ran. Like he was just not trying to. He didn't want to deal with the wrath that was coming to him. Yeah. But yeah, bro, like even stuff like that. I know my friend was justified for beating his ass, but at the same time, it's like, man, you know what, bro? Like, it's cool. Like, we're not from here, so like, you never know, what can happen. We're not from here, so boom, get your hit back, boom, separate them. Let's get back to playing. Obviously, sadly, when shit like that happens, it's over. Yeah, nobody plays no more. Yeah,
it's time to go home. You can't fuck with that. It's a buzzkill, man. I know that 100%. I mean, we finally got back to playing yesterday, and it was cool. You get me? It's just you see shit and you're rusty and whatever it is. But I've been lucky enough to say that I play with the same people, and it's just a camaraderie.
Yeah, you just know. You guys just gel together. You guys know who.
It gets intense.
Yeah, I mean it's competitive. I mean, yeah, it's competitive. We're all like competitive creatures. You know what I'm saying? Like. So I can understand that.
It's just once it's like shut the fuck up and starting to throw fists or whatever, it's just like fuck, I gotta deal with this shit again. You get me? That's the big thing. But listen, we got sidetracked. We were talking about watching something Out of Bounds. We went on this big ass rant about fucking nobody, and then you said something. You saw something on Out of Bounds that made you remember something.
Out of Bounds?
Yeah. You were like, I was watching this podcast, and then you said, oh, it was actually Out of Bounds with Gilbert Arenas. We were talking about something. What the fuck were we talking about?
Yeah, Out of Bounds. Oh, no, you brought up. Okay, I was gonna allude to him, and then you brought up Mia Khalifa.
Yeah. My fault. Yeah, go. Yeah, you good?
Nah, so I think it was Gilbert. He was talking about.
Look at this guy. Keep going.
Yeah, Gilbert. He was talking about just different instances of like, going back to the friend thing. Yeah. Going back to the friend thing, he's talking about how when he first got his because his contract that he had was like probably like the biggest one.
It was like 200. I think it's like 200 million, and I apologize for that. A fucking annoying cat. I love him though. Yeah, it was like 200 million. They were still paying him after he retired. And they're still paying him.
And I think he still had the Adidas deal, maybe.
Yeah, so he was getting paid a big load of money.
And he was just talking about how it's crazy. Like when you play. say if you were a player, right, or something like that, getting paid that much, and you know, everybody's dream is to play in their own hometown, right? Or in their wherever they're from.
Yeah.
Some people, it's actually worse because that's where you get heckled by
your own people.
Yeah, like people are just calling you like, hey, I need these tickets, I need that, I need this. Yo, could you I'm about to lose my house.
Shit.
I'm about to lose my house.
It's about to die.
It is.
Yeah. Well, fuck it. We'll continue. Well, let me put this back up. Yeah, see, it's gonna die. Fuck it died. Audio died. Camera died. We're gonna finish the podcast on just the audio. I apologize. It just fucking died. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You want to talk about?
So he was just talking about how he talked to Dwayne Wade, right? And he was like, "Yeah, man, like you're from Chicago. How was that? Wasn't it like legendary? Like it was dope, wasn't it?" And he was like, "Actually, nah, man. It wasn't as dope as I thought it would be. Like you said, like, you know, you're a hometown kid. You come back to play for your city or whatever the case, and then like you just got everybody just bothering you, trying to see what they can get. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was just, you know, like as crazy as Gilbert Arenas is, but man, he says some real shit. He can keep it real sometimes.
Yeah.
So I definitely, he's definitely one of my favorites to like listen to, and he's just very outspoken. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. I mean, sometimes it's just putting out the right realism. You get me? Sometimes some of the shit is not necessary.
Yeah.
You get me? Some of the shit is not necessary, but a lot of it is. And it's just kind of like picking out the ones that you actually need to put out there, and then the ones that you shouldn't, just keep to yourself.
Man, honesty.
You get me?
Yep.
But yeah, so like I said, the fucking camera died. I gotta get this shit fixed. I knew you were gonna come. I got here at 6:30, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna just charge it. It should be fine. I only recorded 30 minutes last time, and it's only at 50%. So,
but it's good though, man. This is how you know it was good, man. We went past the battery of the camera. You know what I'm saying?
I know. So, and then we always have audio, and I'll fix something up. You get me? I'll when it comes to the video version, we'll fucking do something. I ain't even tripping. People ask me all the time, it's like, oh yeah, you edit a lot. I don't edit shit. Yeah. I don't edit nothing. The only things I edit is the audios, when I detach the audios from the camera and I add this one, and then when I like maybe add a transition from like the opening, and then that's it. I don't do anything else. If you say like, and I listen, I repeat this, and I don't mean to offend anybody. The first episode, I had a friend of mine drop the F word.
Okay.
He was like, faggot.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I had people tell me, hey, you gotta edit that. I'm not editing shit. That's what he said. That's how I felt. It's not my problem. You might not like it, but it is what it is. You get me?
Exactly.
And I personally, he was like, it messes up. Like, people told me, it'll mess up your persona. I'm like, it ain't messing shit. Why? Because I didn't say it.
Yeah.
You get me? I need to respect, the guest and their opinion. And if I don't like something, I just won't post it.
Yeah.
You get me? But the whole conversation was cool. And for me to edit exactly how he felt, I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I think you just got to you just got to, give it to him raw. You know what I'm saying? Give it as raw as possible, bro. And pause. But, you know what I'm saying? Like just, bro, like it is what it is. He said what he said, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, it's crazy though, because you can't now, like, I was thinking about that, like in the 90s, man, you could say anything you wanted to say, and like you would probably not get any, like.
Well, I mean, the N-word's always been like whatever. I mean, look, I'm not gonna fucking lie. I've said it, but I've said it with people that have, like, you've given the pass from.
Yeah.
Like, somebody's giving me the pass.
It's like
you as a Hispanic person, you have to remember you're the closest thing to a black man.
Yeah.
You're in between. So I've gotten the pass, especially because I play ball. I tell this story all the time. When I used to play basketball at Mount Vernon, back when it was Mount Vernon, before it became the pacification of Mount Vernon becoming Johnny Cochran. No disrespect to the late Johnny Cochran, but when we used to play, and this is fucked up now I think about it, Mexicans versus blacks.
Yeah.
First of all, I wasn't Mexican. I wasn't full Mexican, so fuck all you. But even then, I was on the black team. Yeah. I was the only Hispanic on the black team.
It's because you play like a black dude.
Exactly my point. Black from the waist down. Anyways, but I was always on that. So I've always, when it came to basketball, I wouldn't say I was like, oh yeah, I'm part of it. Like, no, I was just like, yeah, keep it real. That's I would mostly hang out with black people, and I like, the only Hispanic friends that I legitimately had growing up were my 2 best friends.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it. But everybody else, every time I played ball, who was playing ball?
Black people.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and the chunties were playing soccer, and I wasn't about to play soccer. So that's what I'm saying. I just gotta keep it real. I wasn't. This is how you know I wasn't black enough. I wasn't playing football. Fuck all that. Yeah. Hell nah. I'm not trying to get tackled.
I'm straight. Yeah.
Hell nah. I'll stick to basketball. But it was cool. I mean, when you say the N-word around the wrong people, you were gonna get beat up.
Yeah.
You get me?
Or it's like, look, so here's the thing, man. Here's just reality. You know, look, all right. I got a bunch of Latin friends, right? So they stay using that shit like casually, right?
Bro, everybody does. And I listen, I've toned down on it a lot, but I have that one friend, I'll be like, yeah, man, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then, okay.
So then, like, here's the thing about it. I have different types of friends, right? So I have a few that are, okay, they use it, but it's all love. Like, they use it as a term of endearment, you know? But then you have that other side that they use it, right?
And they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Not that they don't know what they're talking about. And when they watch this, that group will know exactly.
Or at least hear this part of it.
Yeah, they'll hear it and they'll know that I'm talking about you, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So check this out. So you'll have that group that they use it, right? And they listen to all the music and they follow the black trends and all this shit, right? And then they're like, you know, when they see black people, when they see, you know, when they come into contact, they don't really like to associate themselves or really mix with them. And I'm just like, all right, you look like a hypocrite because you talking all this shit, right?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you're talking how we talk. You're dressing the way we dress. You're listening to the same music that we create.
But you're not part of the...
Yeah, but you're like kind of low-key disrespect, you know, trying to, you know, so it's like...
Just being a dick rider.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, I just sit back and laugh. But, you know, but it is what it is, man. Like, I feel like, especially with this whole Black Panther, with the movie.
Which is a great movie, by the way.
I feel like it's gonna, it's really big, man. Not to sound corny or cliche, but it's just really gonna unite people and just really allow people to see like our struggle, our fight, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man, I saw that movie and I can say this, the representation of how life can still be for any type of culture,
right?
That was a great representation, you get me, where it's like there's only one real white male character in the whole movie, and
everybody's black,
but it's also like it's Michael B. Jordan played the role of kind of like the modernized, quote unquote, black person.
Yeah.
And then you have, I forget this dude's name, that played Black Panther.
Yeah.
And then you have them and then keeping the roots of what Wakanda, quote unquote, is. You get me? And the whole point of it, and Dennis actually wrote a really good article about it that I shared on Facebook. I'll reshare it again.
I gotta check that out.
Where he says that Wakanda's a perfect example of what life could be like if it were never colonized by Europe. You get me? And that's 100%. And it's the same. It's the truth about everything. You get me?
Yeah.
But the only thing I would add to that is that we can still get to that as long as we all decide that that's where we want to go.
Exactly.
You get me?
Yeah, and we just put our differences aside and just like really, you know, like putting our differences aside, but just willing to accept everybody's culture, or willing to accept it in the sense of not just being, oh, that's cool, but like wanting to learn about it, wanting to ask questions. You want to ask questions, maybe at some point, maybe participate in some type of cultural type of event or something like that, just so you can in depth understand what that culture goes through. You know what I'm saying? Just so you can understand, like if that may be, you know, going to you know, doing something for Latin, Hispanic Heritage Month, or you know, Black History, or just, you know, even going to like these inner cities and kind of just seeing what life is like if that's not the way you grew up. You know, I think it's just being able to understand everybody's being able to understand each other's perspective.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, in life. So
I mean, you get a lot of that. Here's what I will say. I think that, and I tell this all the time, because when like Valentine's Day just passed, right? And I was just like, man, like I think it's stupid because like everyone uses Valentine's Day as this is the day I'm gonna get you flowers, or Mother's Day. This is the day I'm gonna appreciate my mom, and it's like it's bullshit. Like
you should do that shit every day.
Yeah, like that's what I think, that your appreciation for a different culture shouldn't be Black History Month or Hispanic Month or whatever it is. True. Do it as the opportunity arises.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Whenever the opportunity presents itself, man, good correction. Every time the opportunity presents itself, let's put it all out there. You know what I'm saying?
Man, and that's how we grow. You get me, and that's how everything. It'll get better, and you can't fix everybody. There's still shitty people out there.
Man.
It's just surrounding yourself with the positives and figuring it all out and making sure that it's good, and then going from there. I mean,
definitely.
What can you do? You get me. Was there anything? I know that last time when we talked about this earlier today. Is there anything that you want to bring up before we wrap up? Yeah. Because I know that I know there was something you were super passionate about. You didn't tell me because I didn't ask you what it was, but I know there was you said that there was something you wanted to cover. And if you don't, we'll fucking do this again. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think I gotta go back to the memory banks and kind of think about that. Mm-hmm. But I will say this though, if you guys are looking for any kickboxing or want to learn how to any self-defense, man, come please look up TrueWarriorFitness.com. It's all one word. We're on 1516 North Gardner Street. We got class tomorrow at 12 p.m. Saturday, 12 to 1. Yeah, be there. Just come in, show some love, support the movement, support the brand. I look forward to seeing you all there. Fight news coming up soon. Once I get that, I will pass it to you, and I definitely
record again.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
I definitely want to do one before a fight, or during a fight camp. And I'm gonna try to get some more of my partners up here and try to get some more people up there, man, because this podcast lit. So
that's what we're trying to do, man.
Let's get it.
Before we do wrap this up, I gotta ask you a couple things.
What's up?
Obviously, they're UFC related, and I might throw some Bellator in there. Because I'd be an idiot not to ask you.
What's up? Let's do it.
What'd you think about Yoel Romero and your boy Luke Rockhold? That was fucked up. The second punch was fucked up. He hit him with the overhand left. Rockhold fell, and it looked. Listen, it's
like he was out.
It looked like he was out. It's a brutal sport. You have to throw the second one. Mm-hmm. It sucks for me to say. That's your boy. I know. I seen the small clip where he's like, Eugene. I saw that.
Yeah, you do look like Tyron Woodley.
Yeah.
Hey, shouts out to Luke Rockhold, one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. Definitely is going to be a Hall of Famer. Sure. This fight will not make or break him. If anything, it'll push him towards greatness. And it happens. That's just the fight world. You step in there's a 50-50 chance you may not come in with the victory. So, man, big ups to him. You know what I'm saying? He's the man. But I don't know, man. It's a brutal sport, man. I think the referees do a way better job. Mm-hmm. Or I think if somebody goes down, at least. There should be some type of system to where they I don't know if it's a count out or something, because sometimes these guys get these last shots that could end your career. Exactly, man.
The worst case scenario could end best case scenario, you get up kind of like he did. Mm-hmm. Worst case scenario, you don't fight again.
Exactly, yeah.
But see, here's the problem that I had with that is you've seen Luke Rockhold recover from something. You get me? So it's like, fuck, as a referee, I'm like, if I was a referee, I'd be like, fuck, if I jump in too early, maybe he could have kept going, and he's a warrior.
But he was out though.
But here's the other. That's what I'm saying. It's like I have to protect him from getting hurt. Yeah. But then I also have to understand that I've seen him come back before. Okay. Like Eddie Alvarez, you get me? Eddie Alvarez has been dropped.
Yeah,
almost
to
death.
His last fight against Gaethje, that was a war,
dude. What the? Justin Gaethje is my new favorite fucking fighter.
Yeah, bro. And it's crazy for those of you to know that. That's how the man fights. That's how he fights. He fights everybody the same way. He goes forward, nonstop throwing, heavy kicks.
He said that the knockout was the best thing that has ever happened to him. This last loss that was a knockout. He said that was the best thing that has ever happened to him. You knock me out, that's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Hell no.
He's a fighter, man. He's one of those tough, gritty, he's one of those guys. He's a tough dude.
And then Joban was on the last card, no? Alan Joban.
Alan Joban.
He was on the last card. I think he got the win.
Shouts out to my homie, man. He's doing. Man, it brought tears. It brought a tear to my eye, man. Just like so, just seeing what he's gone through. Man, and just always seeing him at shows, you know what I'm saying? Just always having these conversations, never switching up. Man, big ups to that guy, man. There need to be more fighters like him, man. He's such a great and genuine human being. Big ups to him. He's coming off a victory, and many more to come for him. So
yeah, man. Fucking what is it? Versace fucking
model, model
and shit.
He's doing his thing.
This dude.
Hey, shouts out to Alan.
I've never met him, and obviously I've never met him. I've seen him on a podcast before. This dude is well spoken, and I've heard that he had the chance to get the commentator role. I think Paul Felder ended up ousting him. But yeah, man, the dude has a bright future. That dude's a beast.
Yeah, man. After fighting's done, he's gonna continue to eat. Like he's not gonna be out of a job or like after he's done fighting, after it's all said and done, he's gonna continue to eat. If it's not fighting or coaching or something, it's gonna be modeling or probably being some commentator at some well-known fight league. But big things are ahead for that man. So
yeah. All right, so now I gotta hype this up just because everybody's like, oh man, Chris Cyborg's fighting. It's gonna be an easy fight. The card's gonna be whack. Blah blah blah. I gotta hype this card up just because I'm trying to get everybody to go to Coney's tomorrow. Coney's Pizzeria. I told you if you ever want to go down, we're down there tomorrow.
That might be the move tomorrow.
Anybody else that wants to go, we're out there whenever the prelims start.
Yeah.
So the prelim headline is Mackenzie Dern versus what's her name? Yoder, I think.
Yeah.
I forget what her name is. I apologize. She's cute, and she can fight.
Yeah.
But she's going in against Gracie Black Belt, daughter of
Mackenzie Dern.
The daughter of legend.
Yeah.
She's coming from like the lineage.
That lineage, yeah. She's she surprised me, bro. Like she's definitely like
5-0 in pro.
Yeah, bro. Like it's just crazy. Like the last fight she had, I forget what the young lady, but that lady was probably that was her toughest opponent just because her striking was good, her jiu-jitsu, she was able to like outlast her and get the choke in. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious to see, man. Like honestly, like all the best fighters are. I'm sadly to say it, they're in the UFC. Like nobody's gonna test you
aside from Rory McDonald, though.
Yeah,
Rory McDonald at Bellator.
Yeah,
he's killing the game.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's champ now.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like you go to the UFC, man, it's like
they got the best
that's what they
best.
test you, man. Because like like you see a lot of the like for example, a lot of the Bellator fighters that switched over, like Eddie Alvarez, Will Brooks. Who else switched over?
Who else switched over from over there? Well, I know Will Brooks got cut. Now I know he's at PFL.
Yeah, he's PFL now. But even he, it could either go up or it could either go down. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Alvarez, man, holding the belt, for a split second. You know what I'm saying?
Look at Justin Gaethje coming from
WSOF.
Yeah, from World Series of Fighting.
Yeah.
And he goes to a brutal 5-round fight with Michael Johnson.
Yeah.
Which was like that was an amazing fight.
Yeah, that was straight out of a movie.
And then he comes out and he gets fight of the night with Eddie Alvarez.
And not only that, but he's fighting top 10 guys off the bat.
Yeah.
Like it's not like he's having like warm-up fights and fighting like, let me get a warm-up fight in the no, he's fighting top tier dudes.
World championship contenders.
Exactly.
Yeah. So all right, so we got that. Who do you got on that one?
Which one?
Mackenzie Dern.
Man, you know what? I want to say the other young lady, but I know Mackenzie Dern is going to find some type of way to win. Like, she's her jiu-jitsu is just crazy. Like, it's like one of those things like...
Black belt at 19?
Yeah. Like, but you know what, man? I will say this. I hope she learns a lot from Ronda. Because Ronda, she set the whole world on fire with her grappling, her submission, her armbar. She set the world on fire, and she has a couple of knockouts. She had one knockout, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like as long as she continues to adapt and learn, she's gonna be a superstar. You know what I'm saying? So, big ups to her. I think Mackenzie's gonna get that. A Cyborg, of course. I wish she would have fought Amanda Nunes.
I think that's still up for
like that would have been that'd be a fight I want to see. Like
I think we'll see that, if I'm not mistaken. I hope that we would
International
see that
Fight Week?
International Fight Week for the 4th of July card.
We got Cormier and Miocic.
Stipe.
Man, that's
immigrant mentality, son.
Hey,
immigrant mentality.
Let's get it.
Let me see. Oh, Ashley Yoder. That was her name. And then there are a couple fights on the pay-per-view that I wanted to bring up. Stefan Struve, Andrei Arlovsky.
Ooh,
the skyscraper
versus
the Pitbull.
The OG of the game. We'll see, man. We'll see how
that one's a toss-up.
We'll see how his chin holds up. Obviously, Steph, I give the advantage, like from a physical standpoint. I give the advantage to Stefan Struve just because that length,
like 7'3"
and his length, bro. Like his length. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he uses his length is just amazing. Who else they got on that card?
They got Sean O'Malley versus Andre Suka.
Oh, they got the contender. He was on the UFC contender.
Yeah, the contender series.
Yeah, he was on that.
That kid.
Yeah, he's like he's cool. Like I think he's dope. He's just, I don't know. Everybody's trying to ride Conor McGregor's coattail and do the same shit that he's trying to do, man. Like, I mean, as far as his fighting style, I don't
like his fighting style.
His fighting style is unique. It's different. I've never seen anything like that before. Mm-hmm. But just his antics outside the fucking
and now it's becoming the norm.
Yeah, it's just like, man, dog, like come up with your own swag, man. Like be original. Like what Conor did, you'll probably never ever see ever again. Yeah. But like, you know, all of us have everybody
wants to get where he's at. That's
exactly.
Following him.
Yeah, you just got to be original with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, that other dude, what's his name? Covington?
No, Andre.
No, there's that welterweight that's just taught.
Oh my God.
He's a troll, but like he.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Covington, yeah.
He was 170 pounder.
He's like number 3 or number 4, and he's just talking all his mess. He got a boomerang thrown at him by Fabricio Verdun.
Tyron Woodley, if you're hearing this, I know you're gonna hear this. Hey, take that fight, please. Just take that fight. Just get that easy money.
Well, rehab the shoulder first.
Yeah, that too.
The shoulder first. Stop fighting with Dana. You get me. You can't fight with the promoter.
Yeah,
you get me.
You're eating too.
Yeah,
just eat, bro. More opportunities to open up.
Besides, personally, I believe he can knock out. Covington is an easy fight for him. At least in my book, if the way that he showcased his smarts against Stephen Thompson, mm-hmm. the way he also Damian Maia, the way he took out Robbie Lawler, Covington is not those guys.
And I think also what Tyron Woodley's got to, because this guy's been talking a lot of shit, he's got to like not come at it from an emotional standpoint.
Which I think he knows not to.
Yeah, you got to take care of business.
I think he knows not to. So Tyron, he should be fine. And then we have the co-main event, Frankie Edgar, Brian Ortega.
Oh, that's going to be legendary. It's like new school meets old school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean.
T-City, man.
T-City, hey, bro. Man. Like when he fought
Cub Swanson?
Yeah, when he fought Cub Swanson, I was like, okay, he's about to get chopped. But he took some shots, man. He ended up getting that choke, bro. Like that. He's just a crazy, like his submission game is just on another level. I would say it's up there with like Ronda.
I would say his submission off his back is great. The problem is can you make sure you do not let Frank Edgar control you and let him get in the positions where he needs to, because Frank Edgar's fought almost everybody.
Yeah, bro. He's seen everything. So it's like him, that dude, like...
There's a reason why he was fighting Max Holloway.
Yeah.
And so his main thing is not to get smothered. Not to get ground and pound, make sure that he doesn't get caught.
He's been in plenty of fights where it's like, okay, he's been in a lot of five round wars. So that 3-round stuff, man, it's going to be an amazing fight. I can't wait.
Who you got? You can't leave without picking one.
Man, bro, I'm torn between these two because I love like when I first started fighting, like Frankie Edgar's movement was just something that I've always wanted to add in my game, just because the way he moves, that's for an MMA fighter, so beautiful. It's like a combination of boxing and I don't know, he just knows how to move really, really well. T-City though,
up and comer.
He's from out here, and I don't know, when I hear him speak and the way he carries himself, he kind of reminds me of like a little bit of how I grew up, or maybe not even me, but like people that I grew up around, like just from the hood, trying to make something of nothing. Yeah. So I support that. I'm gonna go with T-City, man.
There you go, man. You heard it for your first.
I'm gonna go with T City. Yeah, I could just relate to that, man. Like I relate to it seems like we're like I don't know. It feels like every time he like
you know him.
Yeah, like I know him. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's very awesome.
All right, and then in the main event, obviously you covered it a little bit. Chris Cyborg versus Yana Kunitskaya.
Yeah, Chris Cyborg.
That's Chris it. Cyborg. We're gonna end it with that. Just
pretty much.
You don't need an explanation.
Yeah, she should fight. She needs to fight Nunes though. That's it.
Yeah, that'll be a fucking hell of a fight.
Yep.
Yeah. So. All right, man. Listen, there's been a fucking great one. We recorded for hour 15. The fucking camera died maybe 57 minutes.
Man, rode it till the wheels fall off. Pause.
And it is what it is. You get me? We'll be better prepared for that one.
Yep.
When you come up with that fight news, let us know. We'll get the word out. As
soon as I get it, bro, I'm here. The next podcast, whatever that may be, I'm here.
Yeah, man. I would like to do one before you start training camp.
Okay.
And then right at the end, before you fight.
Okay.
Then we'll fucking cover it, everything.
And then probably one after, whatever.
And then one after, man.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't want to do you like Joe Rogan did Brendan Schaub, but I might have to do that if the fight doesn't go your way. But
hey, no matter what, man, there's still a life to live. So.
Yeah, man, and especially, and this is for everyone. If you have a talent, man, where it can help you to get out there, whether it's like painting or making music or whatever, and it allows you to preserve your mind and your body.
Exactly.
Take it.
Yeah, because, man, this sport is brutal, man. So.
Yeah, man. So It's been a great one. Thank you for listening. Personal Instagram,
the Eugene Cacho. At Eugene Cacho, all one word. So please give me a shout out. If you guys see this, I'm gonna post the link to this on my Instagram. So
we'll get this out. We'll get the audio out today. We'll get the video out maybe later. It'll probably be posted tomorrow. But at the Eugene Cacho, and then don't forget follow at Why Even Care Podcast on Instagram. Subscribe on iTunes.
Follow the movement. It's blowing up.
Yes, sir. And then shout out to everybody that listens. Like I said, Arizona, Maryland, Ohio, and then the UK and Japan and California and DC. Like it's slowly but surely it's growing. So thank you for all the support. It's been great, and we'll probably be back on Monday. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll probably be back on Monday.
Stay tuned.
We'll see. All right. Thank you for listening.
Yo, peace, y'all.